1. Hello everyone, my name is Shadows1 and here to bring you some more League of Legends action. This time we've got Cho'gath, Fiddlesticks, Corki, Orianna, and Shen versus Riven, Sona, Vayne, Nasus, and Renekton. Gonna be top Renekton versus Shen, jungle Cho'gath versus jungle Nasus, Orianna middle versus Riven, and Vayne Sona bottom versus Corki and Fiddlesticks. Very, very evenly matched right now. We're about 7 minutes in. You know, each team's 1-1. You know, about 70 gold difference. And if the director camera would want to move, that'd be amazing. It does not want to move from top, even though there's action happening down here. And oh, nice all right there by Orianna, trying to get away from that Riven. And Riven actually taking a bunch of damage right there, and wow, Cho'gath goes ahead and gets the kill on that with his feral scream. Rupture comes right there from Cho'gath, but you know, it's more of a zoning thing than anything else, and they will put a little more damage onto Nasus. As of right now, you know, neither team's kind of in the lead. You know, it's 1 kill difference, nothing too major. And Orianna right now is saying to Cho'gath, hey, I want that blue. You know, come help me take this blue, because you really don't need it. And it looks like blue team's actually saying, hey, bottom's missing. Although I think there was an excessive amount of pings coming out from the blue team. I mean, I think maybe 1 or 2 would have been enough, and not like 7 or 8. You know, just kind of lay back on the Alt G there, buddy. And yeah, I mean, overall right now, Renekton's leading the, you know, farm versus Shen, which is to be expected. It's, you know, right now Corki and Vayne, Corki's actually leading the CS on that one. And Shen versus Renekton, Renekton actually takes a lot of damage from Shen. I think he was surprised at the amount of damage Shen can actually do to him. You know, we see that Fiddlesticks going ahead and, you know, just kind of warding the standard places rather, that you'd expect, you know, somebody to ward. Shen right now trying to, you know, have his shield work. Well, not have his shield work, but, you know, have his shield actually absorb damage instead of popping it, you know, too late. And it is working. You know, all credit to him. He has his shield working for him. You know, Renekton here will try and maybe slice and dice in and maybe put a little damage onto Shen. Shen is rather low, but it's nothing that can't be fixed. And nice ult right there by Sona, and nice ult right there by Fiddlesticks too. Meantime, Corki gets the kill on Sona during all this, and Corki may try and get the kill on Vayne. And wow, Fiddlesticks just trying to be a boss right there, and he will manage to allow Corki to get the kill onto Vayne. However, Vayne did get the kill onto Fiddlesticks, but in hindsight, you know, that was a very, very good play by Corki, by Fiddlesticks. You know, he just kind of stood still. He knew Vayne was going to chase him, so he stood still and allowed Corki to catch up and get the kill onto Vayne. Very good play by him. Meantime, we see that Cho'gath and Corki trying to go onto Dragon right now. Looks like they're going to have Orianna coming in from mid to help him. And wow, Renekton just goes in, tries to get the kill onto Shen, and he actually allows Nasus to get the kill after he pops his ult. But blue team did take Dragon, so the goal that they're going to get from potentially this tower kill up at top is pretty much nullified by the Dragon kill. I believe the tower does grant a little more gold, you know, to your entire team, but Dragon, you know, it's a repeatable global objective, whereas you only have but so many towers. You know, and actually it looks like Renekton, yeah, he's just going to go ahead, tank these, not really care, and let his minions do all the work on this tower from here on out. He's going to pull what I like to call a singed. You know, go behind the tower, or actually, no, not even that. Pull an axe from Dota. You know, go behind the first tower to get the first tower dead. Meantime, Shen goes ahead and ults into here onto Orianna, trying to save Orianna from Nasus, but it's not going to work. Nasus just pops his ult and goes right onto Orianna underneath the tower. Meantime, Corki and Fiddlesticks doing some work down here onto Vayne and Sona. And Sona actually returning the favor right now to Corki. Same thing with Vayne, and oh my god, Vayne just blew up Corki's health in an instant. Corki definitely needs that farm. His ult just kind of whiffed a little while ago. Like, yeah, he did do a lot of damage, but to minions, not to, Vayne or Sona. Vayne looks like she's going to be rushing a Blade of the Ruin King, which can't say I would be surprised for. It's a very standard item on Vayne. And Corki looks like he's rushing a Trinity Force. Fiddlesticks coming in here to ult. A nice fear right there by Fiddlesticks. And Fiddlesticks is going to go ahead and get the kill on Sona right here. And Corki just misses with his ult. Gets knocked back by Vayne. Vayne tries to, survive. Vayne will get the kill on Corki, but it looks like Fiddlesticks will get the kill onto Vayne. So good play right there, just again in general by the blue team. Shen v Renekton, it's relatively even. I'm surprised that Orianna's having problems with Riven, but then again, Riven is very beefy, and she can dish out a lot of damage relatively quickly. Shen right now just, kind of harassing with that key strike, or key blade rather, just kind of waiting for Renekton to dive onto him, so he can taunt back, and do even more damage to Renekton than he did, or that he took. So, both teams playing this very smart. About 500 gold difference between them. Purple team has a tower advantage, but blue team has the dragon. So again, the advantage is nullified either way. Farm wise, Corki has 10 more CS than Vayne. He has 2 assists on Vayne. Obviously Vayne's, well, your ADC never really wants to get the assist, they want to get the gold, but if that's all they can get is the assist, they'll probably take it. And Corki goes ahead and gets the kill into Sona, who was just wrong place, wrong time. Now Corki's just gonna go ahead and push this lane, not really care. We see Nasus actually kind of, jockeying for position with that Cho'gath to see who can, take middle, with Renekton actually going middle as well. Both teams, and actually Nasus getting called out right here by Corki and Fiddlesticks, and Fiddlesticks with a nice beautiful fear right there. Cho'gath with a nice rupture onto that Vayne. Vayne's gonna go ahead and have to try and run away here, and Fiddlesticks is trying not to die. Riven coming in here from the middle, and Corki just barely gets the kill with his ultimate. He's gonna try and get away here, but he will die to that Nasus. Nasus is now 3-0. That is definitely no bueno for the blue team. Nasus is going to go ahead and back out now. How much gold does he have? He has 700 gold. So he can, maybe, start building his boots into maybe the Ninja Tabby or the Merc Treads. But it looks like he's just going to go ahead and buy a Negatron Cloak, which that's also a very valuable option. And we actually see Renekton and Shen again just trading blows. Shen taking the brunt of the damage right now. But again, he can regen his health, a little better than Renekton can. But Renekton can dish out the damage unlike Shen. Both of them have almost equal health, but it honestly doesn't matter when Renekton can deal more damage. Renekton has 2,000 health, Shen has a little, just slightly under 1 point, just a little over 1,900 actually, so your Renekton has him in the health department as well as in the damage department. But as far as just brute survivability, they're just about equal due to taunt as well as his shield. As well as his key strike, or key blade rather, granting him health regen on somebody he's attacking that has key blade on them. But Renekton already has his, he already has his Sunfire cape. Very nice for him. Gonna help him immensely versus Shen versus Corki. But looks like that nice ult right there by Fiddlesticks, but nice ult right there too by that Sona, just going ahead and trapping both Corki and Fiddlesticks in it. Corki gets the kill onto Sona, but Vayne gets the kill on Corki. And Nasus gets the kill on Cho'gath in middle. I don't know, the trades are starting to go into the purple team's favor now. Yeah, they're a death behind, or they're a kill behind, but they're about to take up mid tower. And their ADC is getting kills and not dying. That's the important thing. And Cho'gath, or Renekton and Nasus going right for that Orianna. In fact, Renekton could have dove in right there. Same thing with Nasus. Dove in onto Orianna, gotten the kill, and gotten away, with health intact, but not much. They're probably going to go ahead and maybe take Dragon, or maybe take this middle tower to kind of nullify Blue Team's advantage of Dragon if Blue Team gets it. It's going to be very, very interesting to see. Corki already has his Trinity Force. I want to say he might be working on his Infinity Edge next. I can't be too sure though. And Vayne, as I said, is going to be working on that Blade of the Rune King. And lol, Sona and Fiddlesticks just kind of trading blows right here. I want to give the edge to Fiddlesticks just due to drain life. Only reason. I mean, it does damage and drains health. It does damage and gives you health at the same time. It does exactly what it says on the tooltip. But it looks like right now the blue team and purple team might be jockeying for position now over the Dragon. Or they might be trying to come mid here to gank Orianna. Or not even gank, just push this tower down finally. They're going to leave Vayne bottom to go ahead and continue farming. But Corki, Fiddlesticks, and Cho'gath are middle right now, just waiting to see what they can do here. Which really isn't much. That Fiddlesticks doesn't have all that much AP. He only has 25, and all of that is from his Cage's lucky pick. They're trying to, just zone out who they can. Corki gets a nice, decent shot off onto Sona. But it looks like, again, they're most likely going to be jockeying for position now over this Dragon. Blue team definitely knows that this Dragon's going on. Like, they see Vayne, they see Sona there, and nice in right there by Fiddlesticks. Cho'gath gets the kill onto Dragon, so that's completely nullified right now by the damage that the purple team did. Riven gets the kill onto Fiddlesticks during all of this, and Riven actually going ahead and completely, splitting the team in half. Vayne gets the kill onto Cho'gath, and Nasus trying to go in onto that Orianna, and they will be able to do so. Orianna trying to get away here, but it's not gonna happen. Vayne gets the kill onto Orianna, and that's a 3-for-0 trade. I mean, yeah, the blue team did get Dragon, but they are now about to lose their middle tower, and they lost 3 of their teammates. That is not good by any stretch of the imagination. That Dragon they just got nullified, and then some. With Cho'gath dying, that's a little hindrance. Orianna dying, okay, that's kind of a big deal. Fiddlesticks dying, he's support, okay, expected. But it's who got the kills that's most important. We saw Riven get a kill, and Vayne get 2 kills. Vayne is now... Vayne's on even footing with Corki. Actually, slightly behind. Just about by 100 gold, but 100 gold isn't going to make or break, an ADC. Between 2 ADCs that are relatively even, it's not going to make or break you. It's how you play the champion at that point in time. It's as simple as that. But Corki and Vayne, they're both very, very, very bursty champions. If Corki doesn't get his full, the brunt of his damage out with his ult, while he can, and then, Gatling Gun Valkyrie in with, Phosphorus Bomb, he's, at that point in time, he's almost useless. He still has auto attacks, but, it's not going to matter when Riven is now 3-2, Vayne is 5-3, Nasus is 4-0. Nasus being 4-0, that's a big deal as well. But the blue team is still keeping up. They're a good 3 kills behind, but they're keeping up in gold relatively nicely. They're about 500-600 gold behind, which isn't that big of an issue. It sounds like a big deal, but when you get right down to it, again, that's 1 to 2 towers. It's another few kills. All the blue team needs to do right now is, just go ahead, get a good team engagement, focus Vayne, focus Riven, and then, actually, I don't know who would actually come after Vayne, in the focus, tree. because Nasus is pretty strong, so is Renekton, and so is Riven. They've got 3 very beefy champions. That it's a tough call. And Orianna goes in and pops her ult and almost dies right there to Riven's ult. And Shen and Orianna trying to go onto that Riven. And Riven will get the kill onto Orianna. And she will not die to that Shen. Regardless of how much damage Shen can do, she will not die to Shen. Especially with Vayne right there. And Vayne gets the kill onto Shen. Meantime, speaking of getting kills and whatnot, we see Fiddlesticks trying to go man on this Renekton, and Renekton just not really caring. Renekton's got over 100 armor. He has, over 3,000 health? 2.3k health, rather. And, Fiddlesticks is going to be annoying. That's all he is at this point in time. He's a nuisance. He's just annoying. Vayne goes in and takes out the middle tower with her support. Riven's gonna go ahead and take out that bottom tower with, her minions. And Nasus and Renekton can go ahead and continue pushing top. And Vayne and Sona come in here from behind. Vayne gets the count to Corki and onto Fiddlesticks. Yeah, that Vayne is fed almost beyond recognition at this point. Orianna trying to not die here to Riven. Riven goes in and just, kind of dashes out of that. Orianna wastes her ult yet again. And she's still going to die to Riven. There's nothing they can do to this Riven. There's nothing they can do to this Vayne. Both Vayne and Riven are, very, very potent and strong at this point in time. And unless both of them get focused at the same time in a big cluster hell of AoE, there's no way of killing them. Vayne is squishy, but it doesn't matter when she's got, 3 beef to protect her in the form of Nasus, Renekton, and Riven. Speaking of Renekton, he gets nommed right there by the Cho'gath. And oh my god, Cho'gath now is kind of scary. Riven's still going to go ahead and push bottom. Corki gets the kill on Sona, which is good for Corki, but, it doesn't matter when Riven's still at bottom, doing damage to both Shen and Orianna, and she's not caring. She's going for a double kill right here and gets the double kill into Orianna and Shen. And Vayne right now attacking Fiddlesticks through the wall. Granted, Vayne has very, very, very low range. Riven finally gets shut down right here by Corki, but I don't know. This game is very, very wonky. Again, if the blue team can go ahead and get their focus correct, if they can shut Riven, shut Vayne, shut Nasus, and shut Renekton down, they are going to be in a very, very good spot. But that only leaves Sona. And she's the support. So, let's see. Renekton has 2.4k health, just a little under 2.5k. Nasus has close to 3,000. Riven has 2.2k. And Cho'gath has 2,000. Shen has 2.6k. Yeah. Orianna has 1,500 health. Corki has 2,000. Fiddlesticks has close to 1,800. Vayne has 1,700 health, and Sona has 1,800. All the members of the purple team are very, they have very high health pools, and Fiddlesticks right here just gets caught out and dies right there to Renekton and to Vayne. Just wrong place at wrong time, and Nasus DCs it looks like. I have no idea why Nasus would leave when his team is winning by 8 kills and what is that? 8,000 gold? That's just insane on why you would leave at that point in time. Plus his team's about to get even more gold in the form of dragon. Riven's trying to go through the blue team's jungle, see if she can kill anybody. But at this point in time, it just doesn't. Whatever the blue team can do to try and get back into this game, they have to do it, and they have to do it soon. Otherwise, they are just gonna die. And it looks like Orianna's gonna die here to Vayne. Vayne is now 9-3, and it doesn't matter that Corki is 7-4. Vayne has 2 more kills. That's all that matters. Vayne has her static shift. She has a Zeal. She has, her Blade of the Rune King. She's set. The only thing she's really missing is a Guardian Angel, but she dies right there to Corki, which, that's good. Corki needs that gold. Don't get me wrong, he needs that gold, but you still have to shut down Riven, Nasus, and Runnington. There's still 3 other people, and Purple Team has Baron buff. Or had Baron buff. Unless, unless it's glitching out. Yeah, I believe Purple Team had Baron, or Blue Team had Baron. One of them had Baron. I, again, could be just extremely, extremely wrong on this one. But, nice turn right there by Shen, but Sona should be able to get away. I mean, yeah, she's support, but, that, Song of Clarity, it's definitely nice. Or, Celerity? Clarity? Celerity, I think. I don't care, it's like 5 in the morning. I'm tired. Okay? But, yeah, this point in time, yeah, the farm's always nice, don't get me wrong, but Blue Team has to take advantage of the fact that Nasus is gone right now. Take advantage of it. Win a 5v4 team fight and push. Purple Team is just going to go ahead and go for that bottom inhibitor again, because it has no tower. It has 0 tower, and it's already low on health, but it's regenning rather rapidly. But it doesn't look like it's going to matter, because Riven can, 2v1 at this point. Fiddlesticks does ult in, and that Riven will die, it looks like. Riven survives just barely. Corki's going full blown for Riven, and dies to Riven's ultimate just barely, though. And that Fiddlesticks just trying to do something. Riven gets the kill on Shen as well, and wow. Orianna now just trying to come in here and see if she can do anything, but she comes in too little too late. Vayne is rather low. Orianna gets the kill on Vayne thanks mostly due to the tower, actually. But that's still, 3 people alive on the Purple Team. They're going ahead and pushing this tower and not caring. Yeah, Runnington's going to take some damage from the tower, but you know what? It doesn't matter when Riven's just going to stomp all over, both Fiddlesticks and Cho'gath. But Cho'gath actually nom-noms onto Riven's face. And now Cho'gath is big and stompy, has a lot of AD. Oh, that's Runnington. He has a lot of HP and AP, actually. And Cho'gath gets the kill on Sona, but again, she's the support, and Runnington dies right there to Corki. So if Blue Team makes a push out of this, they can come back and win. But Riven's alive now, or not Riven, Vayne is alive. So I don't know if they're going to be able to. They lost their top, or they're going to lose their top inhibitor if nobody goes back to defend. They lost their bottom inhibitor. And, Cho'gath is the only one pushing. Remember this, guys. If you win a team fight like that, push. Don't just, try and wait for, your team to res and push like that. No. If there are like 2 to 3 of you live and one of them just res, push. It's highly doubtful at that point in time that they'll be able to, 1v2 you. But it looks like right now Vayne gets the kill onto Cho'gath, which will, take a couple of his stacks away from his ult. But, yeah, it looks like Riven now is going to go bottom to try and deal with Orianna. Shen's middle to try and deal with Vayne, but Vayne just doesn't care, and we'll go deep onto that Shen, and Shen's going to die right here. And not much you can do about it. Fiddlesticks can try and fear here, try and maybe get the kill on, or help Corki get the kill at least onto that Vayne. Riven gets the kill onto Orianna, but again, to be expected, Riven was heading bottom anyway, we saw it happening. Corki does get the kill onto Vayne, but Corki now has to deal with Riven and Runnington, and, a Sona that has, roughly a third mana. Fiddlesticks ults in right here. Gets ulted right there by that Sona, which is nice play by her. And Runnington just, kind of trying to go in, but I don't know, he took way too much damage from, Corki and the tower. He's still taking a lot of damage and gets killed right there by Corki, actually. And Riven now trying to go onto that Fiddlesticks, but I don't know. Nice knockup right there, however, by that Cho'gath, and Corki gets the kill onto Riven as well. Corki can make this game come back right now for the blue team. They are 7 kills behind, but it does not matter. It does not matter if Corki if he can continue this streak of just getting kills. They can definitely come back. He is on even footing now with Vayne. Him and Vayne are on even footing. Vayne has 1 more death but 1 more assist than Corki. Corki has more CS. Looking at the goal differences, it's actually in favor of Corki by about 500 to 600. That alone is actually a pretty big deal. And Nasus still has yet to reconnect. So purple team is fighting this at a disadvantage. I don't know if the blue team knows this or not. If the blue team doesn't know this, it's... they have to realize that Nasus hasn't been there the past, 3 team fights. They have to go ahead and just push, and push soon. The longer they wait, the longer Vayne, or the more Vayne is going to get fed, and eventually she will put more damage out than Corki can. Corki has how much AD? 256. His passive does 10% of his total AD. Makes his auto attacks do 10% of his total AD as pure damage. But it doesn't matter when Vayne can go ahead and 2-shot someone like that. Now Corki trying to get the kill onto Vayne right here. And Remington actually coming in to save Corki. And Shen dashing right over the wall. And Vayne dying right there to Orianna. That's definitely not good. Shen right now trying to go around to Remington. Corki goes in Valkyries over the wall. They're going right for that Remington. Remington pops his ult to try and survive. Shen right now trying to get enough energy back to taunt. Corki doesn't have enough mana to ult, but it doesn't matter. Corki gets the kill on Remington. Riven gets the kill on the tower middle though, and is only left to face Fiddlesticks, but Fiddlesticks can't do anything to Riven. He's playing support, not AP, or he's not playing jungle. He has no sort of damage whatsoever. He's trying to survive right now, and he will die. He's gonna die to the Ignite. That's 2 inhibitors down that the blue team doesn't have right now. They're gonna go ahead have to back out here, deal with this Riven, and just trying to hold off the double super minion waves. Cause this is just insanity. I'm losing my voice over this one game. This is nuts. Corki is 14-5. Vayne is 12-7. Riven is 11-5. Orianna is 3-9 though. Shen is 0-5, but he's a tank. Renekton's 1-4, but he is a tank. Cho'gath is 4-4, and he's the jungle. Nasus is gone. Fiddlesticks is 2-5. Sona is 0-7. But both of them are support. Neither one of them really has all that much AP. Again, this game is 5v4. The purple team is legitimately still winning. Orianna pops her ult and actually puts herself in an even worse spot than she previously was. And she's trying not to die to Riven, but still dies anyway. That's who Riven is fed off of mainly, is just, Orianna. Remington comes in here trying to, scare Remington and Fiddlesticks away. And by God, it works. Riven right now, Riven and Remington can go ahead and take this top inhibitor. And there's not much the blue team can do. And Fiddlesticks goes into ult here. And nobody's actually getting hit by it. That was just a bad ult right there. Sona gets a nice ult off right there onto Shen and Fiddlesticks. And Corki right now trying not to die here. Nice big crit right there from Corki onto Sona. And that Vayne is going to go ahead and maybe come back around here. Remington going ahead and just getting over the wall right there with Slice and Dice. Riven shuts down Corki, and Riven's going to go ahead and maybe shut down... He does. She shuts down Cho'gath as well. And that's going to be a dead top inhibitor. The only ones left alive right now are Shen and Fiddlesticks. Orianna just rezzed. And Fiddlesticks again is a support. Orianna does get the kill onto Vayne, but this is 3 lanes worth of super minions that the blue team has to deal with right now. They're in threat of losing their towers if even just Renekton comes in, and tries to put some, pressure on them. The blue team still has a fighting chance. They just have to play smart. My god, the blue team just has to play smart. Again, looking at the goal differences, between the tops, it's about 2,000 in favor of Renekton. Shen's tanking, that's to be expected though. Between the jungles, it doesn't matter because Nasus isn't here. Between the middles, it's 4,000 in favor of Riven. Between the ADCs, it's still in favor of Corki by about 1.3k. I'm sorry, 1.5k. And the supports, it's in favor of Sona by about 500. 4 to 500. That's pretty huge. Fiddlesticks is trying to build, some sort of survivability, where Sona doesn't care. She still has 2 GP10 items that have more than paid for themselves. Cage's lucky pick has given her 763 gold. Philosopher's Stone's 985. She doesn't care at this point. She has a full inventory, and that's all she cares about at this point. The ward's kind of negligible when they know that the blue team's stuck in their base. Renekton right now is trying to, get into a good spot. They know where all the blue team's wards are. The blue team's just warded right around the perimeter of their base. And Riven right now trying to go maybe bottom and, see if they can stop this. Or not stop this, but continue pushing this. But the blue team, they're definitely not playing this. I mean, they're playing it smart. But again, I think the fact that Nasus isn't here is what's preventing the purple team from winning. I really think that's what it is. If Renekton or if Nasus was here, with all the gold he currently has on him, which is 1.8k, doesn't sound like a lot, but it honestly is. With all that gold, plus, the items he has, he's still a pretty big threat. Nasus has how many stacks? 147 bonus damage on his Q. That's still pretty big. It's not massive, but it's decent. Nothing some farm can't fix. But nice ult right in there by Fiddlesticks. However, nice ult right there by Sona, and Cho'gath gets the nom nom off onto Riven right there. Corki gets the kill onto Vayne. Cho'gath gets the kill onto Sona, and only one left right now is that Renekton. Renekton gets hunted right there by Shen, gets feared right there by by Fiddlesticks, knocked up right there by Cho'gath, and Cho'gath gets the kill onto Renekton. The blue team has to push now. They have to push now, otherwise they will have forfeited this game quite literally. That was almost a bad engagement for the blue team. That Orianna could have died and would have snowballed from there. But the blue team is just going to say, you know what? Screw it. We're going to push, and we are going to tank your towers and your minions at the same time. Corki does enough damage, just auto attacks. He has 366 AD. He has more than enough AD to make this worth it. Shen has more than enough health. Cho'gath has more than enough health. Sona is alive right now. Now Riven is alive. They can definitely take this out before Riven gets there. Sona can't really do much to them. Yeah, she can be annoying, and she's actually stopping them. They're actually backing away from Sona. It's actually probably the smart idea now, because that Vayne is alive as well as Riven. Riven now has a Guardian Angel, and the blue team now just lost their both their Nexus towers. Orianna pops her ult on the minion wave. Are you serious? Just wow. Meantime, Vayne gets the kill onto Cho'gath right here. Vayne also gets the kill onto Shen if she's lucky. No, Shen actually gets away right there. And Corki right now trying to do work, it looks like, that is actually scared away right there by Vayne and Sona. Riven now is just going to go ahead and go for the Nexus. Vayne would be smart to go for the Nexus. Everybody would be smart to go for the Nexus. Looks like that's what they're going to do. They're going to take this Nexus out, and Riven's not going to die. That's it, guys. What a long, long game. Holy cow. 1,000 gold difference by the end of the game. A 3-kill difference in favor of the purple team. That's all that stopped them. It was a 5v4 game. Remember this, guys. If you're in a bad spot, try and get a good engagement going. You know, it's that simple. If you see, oh, there's a fed Vayne, go for that Vayne 3 or 4 times. Kill her 3 or 4 times. You'll be in a better spot for it. If you can get a trade with, you know, if you can trade your worst fed player, you know, if you can trade, say, your support for the fed ADC, do it. It's a very, very viable trade. But that's it, guys. My name has been Shadowswolm, and as always, I will talk to you all next time.